morning and welcome. Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason on this, what is it? Is it Tuesday? On this Tuesday, the middle of July, halfway gone already. I know, where does the time go? Our toll-free number, 800-951-0592. The website at allamericangold.com. And, of course, the physical delivery of wealth insurance. We're talking about gold and silver. It is what we do, and it's all about inflation today. The numbers came in on the CPI, and I'll say it, as expected, the headline number on inflation rose 0.3%. So remember, last month, they're pretty happy, had the year-over-year number down to 2.4%, now 2.7%. So going the wrong way. That was a little hotter than they were hoping for. On the good news, the core CPI, that one printed a little lower than expected. So, we got a little bit of each. Up 0.1%, up 2.9% year over year. And then, what do they have? They have, I don't know, do they have their super core in this? Probably, and I just can't see it right now. Oh, here we go. Rent inflation up 3.77. So I guess, let's call it 3.78. That was actually down from 3.8. So a little better there. And then overall shelter at 3.8, also down from 3.86. The super core, 3.34 year over year. So medical costs are accelerating in this. Energy prices accelerated a little bit in this. They said car prices fell, so I guess there's that. Of course, I think they fell more because no one wants any. Right, more that there's no one buying any than anything else. That's got the markets a little bit on edge. It wasn't terrible, right? It could have been worse. It wasn't unfortunately anything that says cut rates. Right? If anything, it's the opposite, right? The 30-year note back above 5%, 5.01 on the 30-year note this morning, at least right now. The 10-year note is higher, right? We kind of see that. Good news, there was some good news. NVIDIA, the Trump administration, I guess, he was meeting with Trump the other day. I guess it must have went well. One of the chips that they were not allowing NVIDIA to sell to the Chinese, they've changed their mind. Said, okay, you can sell them that one. It's not it's not NVIDIA's best one, but I guess it's right next to it. So that's got at least the NASDAQ happy for now. We also had bank earnings. So it's earnings season. Remember we talked about that yesterday, right? So we had J.P. Morgan out today. They beat expectations. And all the banks really should have a pretty good time of it because, let's face it, the tariffs got everyone crazy. Lots of trades going on. Citigroup did well. Even Wells Fargo. They finally beat on the estimates for the first time, at least in a while. So they weren't, I'll say this, they weren't fantastic, but overall the bank said, hey, yeah, we're still writing things off. Most of them are saying all the write-offs, at least right now, Jason, mostly credit card related, right? Billions of dollars worth of credit cards being written off. But outside of that, it's really all about the inflation. Not, like I said, I don't think it was horrible, but unfortunately, the trend of inflation going down, at least for this month, came to an end. And a lot of people now, we're going to get a lot of Fed talk for the rest of the week. We'll see how many of them still want to cut rates after this report today, Jason.
Well, we know somebody really wants the rates to be cut, right?
We got one guy.
Yeah,
one guy.
You got one guy who's screaming about it. So I think they're going to cut rates no matter what happens. I think that they're going to do that, and then next year or late next year, it's going to be reversed when all this money sloshes through the system, and then we have inflation coming back up.
Yeah, it sure looks like. I don't know how it doesn't, but we'll see, right? There's going to be a lot more printing going on. That is for sure. So that was really the big thing that we were waiting for. Now we'll hear what the Fed governors have to speak. Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, did say the hunt for a new Fed chief has begun. Remember, Jay Powell's term ends in May. Bessent did say that Trump will not fire Jay Powell, but they are already starting to look for the guy that will, or the gal that will cut rates. We'll be back. Rocking and firing, the Patriot Radio News Hour, Joe and Jason on this Tuesday. Let's take a quick look in. So the markets, the Dow's down almost 300 points. Obviously not happy. The 10-year note right now right below 4.5, so 4.48. The 30-year note back above that 5% level. That's the level that gets the Treasury Department upset. Gets again, bond markets, the Japanese yields. We keep watching. They keep heading higher. The UK yields, we keep watching. They keep heading higher. Oil's down a little bit here, so I guess some good news. Again, if we missed it yesterday, Trump gave Russia 50 more days before he's going to do anything. Essentially, Donald Trump told Russia, go and bomb the hell out of Ukraine for another 50 days, but then I'm going to put some mega sanctions on you. So a lot of people thought those mega sanctions were going to come yesterday. They get a 50-day reprieve. Some people call that the taco. I don't know. I think a lot of people now are just discounting the bravado from the president, and we'll see here in 2 weeks, right, what happens August 1st. Do all these tariffs kick in, or do they not? If they do, there's going to be more market pain. Because right now the markets are thinking, okay, he's really not going to do it. He's really not going to tariff Mexico and Europe and Canada and Japan and South Korea at 30%. He's not going to do it. We'll see. If it does happen, look for pain. Gold's up right now. It's off the highs, but just kind of doing what gold does. Right? Hey, I'm going to keep you protected. I'm going to keep you protected here. 33.50. Silver is down. Remember, yesterday silver touched 39. We're seeing this pattern emerge in silver where we get the higher highs, pulls back, consolidates, and then hits a new higher high. Pulls back, consolidates. So what's next? Right? Well, we'll put 40 on the clock now. 40 is going to be on the clock, but right now, 37.76. Continue to diversify, continue to protect what you've already earned. Remember, what's gold for? What's silver for? Protect what you've already earned. Right? Take some of what you've already earned and you protect it. right? Think about if you had protected, I don't know, 100, 200, 300 grand in 2003 when I started. And gold was $300. Would you be happy? Yeah, I think you would be. Now, fast forward to today. What is everybody talking about? Well, gosh, we need to lower the rates because we're going to blow up the deficits. And if we don't lower the rates, the debt's going to be even worse, right? The only way that right now that the Trump administration has of keeping the yearly deficit somewhat in check is lower rates. That's it. It's the only choice. That's it. That's all they got. And now with this inflation number, can they do it? To me, Jason, I get what Jason right now, they're going to do it anyway. They got to. Right? The banks are already crying, right? The Treasury's buying $10 billion a month. We've had the banks borrowing from the Fed to try to keep the rates in line. If it doesn't happen this meeting, which my guess is it won't now because of this number. Now they got to go right now the next meeting, it's still 3 weeks away. But then the next meeting's out for 6 more weeks. So it's going to be one of those things where during that time frame, we're going to see the debt go from $37 trillion that it is now to 38 because they got to catch up, right? Jason, it really is. It's a tough place to be. There is no good answer. It's either lower the rates in the avalanche of spending, which we know will probably mean, yes, we're going to have to raise them later because inflation's back, or do you hold the line and then the deficit really blows up?
I think this is where we're going to get, a bullwhip going on, where you're going to see more quickly in the time frame lowering rates and then raising rates and then lowering rates again and then raising rates. This is a financial game, and you see the pattern over the last bunch of years. It's getting shorter between the lowers and the uppers, right, Joe? And they lower it and then they up it. So I think they'll lower it. I think the spending is going to create inflation next year. Then they will raise the rates. We'll see economic destruction probably next year, if not a little later. I think next year, because this is how the politics plays into it. And then they'll lower the rates again after they crash things. You get a good market crash, then you'll be able to lower the rates and spend a whole lot more. Right. So remember, if we get into a couple of years from now and we're starting to look at the next presidential election, if it becomes a Democrat, well, they're going to spend like crazy. So, we'll probably have some bad market situation where the rates will be lowered, right, Joe?
Can you lower rates at stocks at all-time highs? That usually doesn't happen, right? That's not when you lower the rates, right?
I know.
You start lowering the rates. After that, you lower rates at employment 4.1, right? I mean,
you talk about consolidation. That's money consolidating at the top. Once again, the peanut butter jar has been emptied. All these billionaires have already taken all their money out of the stock market. They're waiting for the deals to hit, and they don't care if the price goes up a little more. They're waiting for the big crash.
They're waiting. Look at Warren Buffett. He doesn't care. I'll wait. I'll just keep stockpiling more money.
The 1929 stock market crash, the big billionaires had their money out in 1928, a year ahead. Okay, things move a lot faster in markets today, so maybe to be a little more safe, you have to get out a little sooner, right, Joe? Because you don't know for sure, when it's going to happen. But I think we're going to see some wild stuff the next couple of years. And these tariffs you're talking about. There is one difference between these threatened tariffs this time than previously, and that is that the big budget got passed. That's a big difference. That money's floating around. We don't know where that money's actually going. How many of these tariffed countries are getting promised, well, I got to raise these tariffs on you, but I got some money to give you to make you happy, right? Your leadership in Mexico, here's some money, and just tell everybody, tell your companies, it's all going to be okay. I mean, we are not in those rooms, right, Joe? So there is a difference. When that money is flowing, different things can happen, and those tariffs might stick this time.
Well, and again, we got the war drums beating. Yesterday we announced the Department of Defense became the largest shareholder in MP Materials, the rare earth miner. And then this morning, lo and behold, Apple says, oh, yeah, well, we bought a bunch of that too, right? I don't know if that's maybe an attempt to kiss President Trump's hiney, or just the fact that Apple's like, yeah, we need rare earth for what we do, so we better get in on this. If the government's going to back these guys, we better get on it as well. So,
well, in the military,
everyone's getting ready.
The military is a great way to hide inflation because they expel value. When you blow up $1 million bomb, that goes away. So you look at the budget, and they increase the military budget. They're going to spend more on the military when they're supposed to be cutting. So if you want to have not a lot of inflation, but you want to spend a lot of money, spend it on stuff that expires, like bombs. Right. Bill gets passed.
Ammo, right?
Ukraine. Suddenly we need to arm Ukraine more. What does Putin say?
More Patriot missiles.
What's Putin saying? Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. I want to expel some of this stuff too because we don't want the inflation to ruin our country as well. And so you spend. The one way to get ready. If you think of inflation as a cup getting too full, and if the cup gets too full of water, it spills out. And nobody wants let's say it's coffee. You don't want the coffee to spill on the ground. So what do you do?
We don't have any bounty paper towels to clean it up, right? We're low on towels. Towels are too expensive. Couldn't buy any this month.
The military can screw a little hole in the side of the cup and put a little cup beside it and drain some of that liquidity to keep the inflation from spilling over. It's an economic game, and it's a worldwide game, and people don't understand. They don't want to admit this, that Russia, China, America, it's all the same. It really is.
Right.
Suddenly,
I wonder why
suddenly Ukraine has to be a big deal. Now Trump is taking Ukraine's side. Well, because he has to control the inflation so he can get his rates down.
Right. 50 days. Isn't that a weird number? 50 days.
Yeah, 50 days.
Why not 30 days? Why not August? Everything else was August 1st.
Well, I guess is some military order gets filled at 50 days.
800-951-0592. Yesterday we ran $5 liberties, and it was just a great opportunity. Today we're going to do it, but with $5 Indians. So when we look at $5 Indians, $875. 10 or more, $870. You sit there and you start thinking, wait a minute, I can buy $5 Indians for less than a $20 gold piece? Yeah, think about it. For less than $3,500, gold $33.50. You're talking about almost a quarter ounce of gold for $37, $38 over the spot price. You take spot price divided by 4. I mean, Jason, it doesn't get much better than this. And we've got a good amount of them, too. So 800-951-0592, $5 Indians, 1 through 9, 875, 10 or more, 870. Again, keep what is gold for the money you've already earned. Right? Protect that wealth. That's the name of the game. That's going to be the big... Listen, not this year. Maybe not next year. But believe me, 2027, 28, 29, 2030, you bet your bottom dollar you're going to need that wealth protected. That's just how it's going to be. Why do we know this? Look at what's happening in the crypto space. We've been talking about Texas with you guys now for several months. The Trump administration getting ready to pass all kinds of more crypto legislation. Who was it? Somebody's talking about Pittsburgh's going to be the AI capital of the world and data centers everywhere and $75 billion here and $100 billion there. Digital money is coming because fiat money is coming to an end. When we get back, we're going to have the guy that I call the dude. Steve Walsh is going to be joining us from Texas today. He will be at the meeting tomorrow. When it comes to fixing things at Texas, he is the dude, right? When we can't fix something, you call Steve. Tomorrow, Bobby Gray will be live on the air with us tomorrow. And then, Jason, of course, we got the big meeting in Phoenix tomorrow at 5:30. Barrio Brewing, that is located physically inside of the Deer Valley Airport at Deer Valley and 7th Avenue. It starts at 5:30. Bring yourself, bring some friends, RSVP. We've got, right now, here's the good news. We've been able to get Barrio to increase some capacity for us. We're going to be able to get plenty of people in there. If you haven't RSVP'd yet, call us and let us know how many you're bringing. Remember, we'll have food and soft drinks for you. It's going to be a great day. We're going to have Steve Walsh, the dude from Texas, up next. All right, we're back here. Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason on this Tuesday. Remember, 10? I'm not 10. Jeez. Man, I'm having a tough. You know what? I go on vacation Monday, and I'm already there. Believe me, I'm half out the door. $5 Indians, 1 through 9, $8.75. 10 or more, $8.70. That puts you like at $34.80. The spot's like, what, $33.50. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. 800-951-0592. By the way, the 30-year note, 502, now kind of going the wrong direction. That inflation number, a little. It wasn't horrible, but it was hotter. That unfortunately going the wrong way. But something that's not going the wrong way. Texit, right? We've been talking about this crypto, the only crypto out there. You know what? Again, I get it. Some people don't like it because it's not Bitcoin, right? Because it's permission-based, which means you only can mine Texit if Texit allows it. Why are they doing that? Because they don't want it mined all over the world. They don't want the big bankers being in charge of it. It's the only crypto. It's only mined in the state of Texas. It's the only one that's only mined in the United States. I think that has value. I know Bobby, the founder, Bobby Gray, the guy, by the way, going to be the keynote speaker at Ron Paul's 90th birthday. Right? Testified. Ron Paul brought him in to testify in front of Congress back in 2012 about creating sound money. And now he's on this crypto project. He saw the future. He wanted sound money to be gold and silver. He did. But he's like, man, they're just not going to allow that. Then this crypto thing came in. Remember, he's the guy that made the original Bitcoin. How cool is that, right? The guy's been around, knows what he's doing. And we got one of the chief lieutenants in here in Arizona. He heard about the meeting that we were having. I talked to Steve in a panic, and I said, man, there's going to be way too many people. I don't have all the answers. I need help. And him and his wife graciously said, all right, we're coming. We're bringing the horses. We're bringing the Rangers. And we're going to get this thing. We're going to have the best meeting maybe in Texas history coming up tomorrow. Yeah, right. He's laughing now. But let me ask this. Let's start here. First, thank you for being with us. How did you get involved in Texas?
Well, Joe, thank you very much for inviting me here to chat with your listeners. I really appreciate it, and I was looking forward to today. But to your point, I got involved. I too am a gold and silver small-time dealer. I kind of call myself a pocket dealer, so I do it on online with a few friends and clients over the years. Heard it through a coin show. Heard them talking about it, and I'm like a lot of people that are probably listening to you and a lot of my friends. We kind of missed the Bitcoin bandwagon, and it was very unfortunate. I saw a lot of acquaintances and friends make a lot of money on crypto, and I just felt myself fading away, being the guy that was like, put an ounce of silver, an ounce of gold in my hand. I believe it's real because it's physical and I can touch it. This digital revolution is coming, and I couldn't sit back and wait for it. So when I heard about a new project like Texacoin, I did my research. I did my due diligence. I said no quite a few times, to be honest with you. And it took me about a month. I sat back and tried to shoot as many holes as possible into it. And I finally got smart, and I decided to throw my name in the hat. And it's been nothing but great news for myself, my family, and I've got to share some great growth with a lot of my friends as well.
Yeah, I mean, right now, a lot of them becoming millionaires by the day almost now, all these original guys that have gotten in. But you become an important guy in the Texas community. You're the guy we go to when we have a problem that we can't seem to fix. What is coming? Because I know that you know more than just about anybody outside of Bobby about what is coming to Texas. I know that we may hit 10,000 miners this week. We may be breaking
Absolutely.
The record this week. Sunday we doubled. Sunday from last Sunday. Monday, we signed up like 50 more people this Monday than last Monday. I mean, we are on record pace, but tell us, I know like the mine keeps getting bigger, more equipment keeps rolling in. I mean, what can we expect over, say, the next 60 to 90 days?
Well, I think the biggest thing you can expect is exactly what you mentioned, and Bobby's made a commitment to all of us miners, and he's held to that commitment, and that's what's amazing about what his promises have come true since I've started, and that's a leader that I can follow, is someone who backs up what they say they're going to do. We're growing the mine, and that is a huge part of the project. I mean, our first phase, our first go at this is we have to build a mine that people recognize and people respect. And Bobby's out to do that. Many have come before and have tried, but they all get drifted off and moved to the side. We're going to make that happen. So next 60 days is going to be some great, and I'll almost call it grandiose scale of mining increases. We've already bought the equipment. We dedicate 20% of all income that comes in every single day into Texacoin into a fund, and Bobby Gray goes shopping every Saturday night. He does it right in front of us with an incredible amount of transparency. He shows us what he buys. Now we've got that stuff stocked up in a warehouse, and we're ready for the install part of the game now. And it's going on as we speak. We've got a great facility going in down in Victoria, Texas. We've got a couple micro mines going in a couple of buildings in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I'm sure Bobby's going to want to talk about that tomorrow on your show. I don't want to steal his thunder. But we've got home miners going out to probably north of 500 miners in the state of Texas within the next couple of weeks. Our decentralization and our mining and network growth and stability is going to be significantly higher than it was, say, 30 days, 60 days ago.
So in other words, what you're saying is the miners have been exploding in size.
Absolutely.
Now the mine is going to explode in size. Well, you know what that means. right? More miners, better mine, better price. Patriot Radio News Hour will be back right after the break. Patriot Radio News Hour, Joe and Jason. We got the dude, Steve Walsh from Texit, live in my studio here in Arizona. The big meeting tomorrow. This is something where I promise you this. If you've been listening, and maybe it's not for you, it's okay. I get it. But if you're even considering it, show up to the meeting tomorrow. It's at Barrio Brewing. It's Deer Valley and 7th Avenue. That is the entrance to the Deer Valley Airport. And when you turn in, you'll see it's the building right in front of you as you turn in. There's a big parking lot. There's a building at the end of that parking lot. And that is where Barrio Brewing is located. There'll be some planes taking off, landing. You can watch the planes take off and land, but that's not why we're there. You're going to get a lot more detail of Texit and how it works. For some of you out there, you existing miners, right? We're going to get you, hey, here's how you sign up to Coinbase. Here's how you sign up to Kraken, right? Maybe we'll even, depends on how far we get, right? How to basically turn your Texit into money, right? That's right at the end of the day. That's what it's all about. We're also going to give more information for you guys of exactly what cryptocurrency is. I know a lot of us still are like, I'm not really sure. I don't know. Right? We're going to get a lot of detail for that. We're also going to educate people how to maximize. If you are some of the people out there, hey, that you know what? Yeah, I got my wife to sign up. I signed up my kids or my grandkids. We have Angie's going to be there at Texas. She is an expert. She's already taught me some things about, hey, Joe, if you had done this or this, you guys could have maxed out more. You could have got more power. So all of that's going to be available. RSVP if you can. If you can't RSVP or you're afraid, show up anyway. That's tomorrow at 5:30, but 800-951-0592. Just RSVP. Let us know you're coming because we're going to have food, and it kind of would be crappy if we didn't have enough food for everybody. So at least get us somewhere in the ballpark so we can get you, and the meal's on us. And it's going to be a great time. All of us are going to. I'm super excited. I'm going to be like you guys. I'm going to be sitting there learning. That's what I'm going to be doing. If your friends or family want to sign up at the meeting, we'll do that for you as well. So we'll have it all covered for you. But we do have the dude Steve Walsh with us, and it's kind of funny because Steve, he's a gold guy, silver guy. He's one of those guys. He knows, like, this mercury dime and that mercury dime and this mercury dime. These are the ones that are worth the money, right? He kind of like those car guys, right? Hey, I got a Barracuda. Well, I just saw one on Barrett Jackson sell for $500,000. Yeah, that's not the same Barracuda, bro, right? That's where Steve is. He's a true collector's collector. And it's funny how Bobby's really hit the gold and silver guys, the gun and ammo guys, right? The guys that want freedom. This thing seems to really speak to that, doesn't it, Steve?
Well, that's our roots of how, Bobby obviously had some quick contacts in that area. That's where he made his mark in the industry is gold and silver. It's what he did. He ran a mint and created his own coins and literally his own currency at one point. So he knew people. He had contacts, and he took that route. the natural connection with maybe guns and ammo guys and doing shows, paralleled doing coin shows. We've had great success doing that. Recently, maybe over the last couple of months, we've had an influx of the marketers, professional sales folks come aboard, and they hear about our program and they hear about some of the things that we offer. And while they might be out of the gun shows and coin communities, they came for good reasons, because we got a great product that you can't buy on a shelf at Walmart, and we're making waves in the industry. We're getting to be more and more well known. And they're here, and they are just helping us grow like crazy. The numbers, like you mentioned, are only the beginning, Joe.
I have a question, Steve. The MLM guys that are coming in, they start to want to push their weight, so to speak. Is Bobby going to stand strong with the way he's developed this and not bend to the MLM guys if they start to make demands?
Well, I'll tell you, I think there's a lot of people who probably share your fear. In fact, there was a lot of reluctance.
It's not fear. I just want to know. That's all. I don't fear anything. I just need to know how to adjust my behavior, right?
Yeah. No, I get you, Jason. And I don't think Bobby's that kind of guy. Bobby put a lot of thought. It's amazing the forethought that's in things like the comp plans. We have two parallel comp plans that run at the same time. Bobby anticipated the day that what we call the MLM guys would show up. There are controls. There are limits within our system. This isn't an MLM campaign. It looks like one. It might smell like one. We have a structure like one. But Bobby's worked really hard to create something that is a little different. It's a true affiliate marketing program, and I'm not just playing noise with names or numbers. But he hasn't had to bend it. The plans are healthy. They're successful. And we're knocking it out of the park with them, and we're knocking it out of the park without them as well because of that.
We'll be back. Final segment coming up. Final segment here. Remember, $5 Indians, $8.75, 10 or more, $8.70 at 800-951-0592. We're wrapping it up here. We've got Steve Walsh, the dude from Texas. He's going to be at the meeting tomorrow. Get yourself there. Listen, we missed out on Bitcoin. We're not going to miss out on this one. And again, I like Jason gets because that's the thing, right? People hear MLM and they run. This is not MLM. This is as simple as I can say it. You can sign up, do nothing. In less than 200 days, you have your money back. And right now, it's been averaging like less than 90 days. You're already made whole if you decide that this is worthwhile, that this is something you want to share with your friends and family because you want them to make a big lick with you. Bobby has set this up, Steve, to where you can be rewarded for doing that, either a cash reward or what I'm doing, more hash, more power, so I get more coins every day. But by no means do you have to spend any more money. You invest right up to $8,955. That's the most you can put in, and you can't put in any more. It's not like we come to next month now you got to pay us this, and next month no. Well, you gotta sell this to people. No, if you choose, Bobby has set it up to where you'll get rewarded for doing so.
100% optional, yeah, for the affiliate program. One-time fee. No, we don't come back and ask for electricity money down the road. We don't ask for anything else. One-time fee, optional programs to make more, but you get the mining, and that's what our premier package is. That's what we want. You get everything with it. It's not an a la carte service here. You get the whole package with whether you buy $995 or you buy $8,955. You get the whole thing.
Yep, everybody is treated the exact same. The coins are dispersed by the amount of power you have. So the more power you have, the more coins you get. But Steve was just kind of saying the next 60 days, we're going to see incredible growth in the size of the mine. Obviously, we're already seeing incredible growth in the miners themselves. If you haven't signed up, do it. You can go see Jason. You can call the radio station. You can call here at Patriot. You can come by the office. You can go to the meetings, right? Jason, tentatively, I think, next Wednesday, you're going to have another meeting up in Colorado.
Yeah, most likely,
right?
Yeah.
We've got several people in Phoenix. By the way, I've got a couple of volunteers already. If we got anybody in Phoenix that you want to become kind of like Steve, the dude, he is going to be here. He's going to spend some time with those people. Shout out to Jim and Wayne who have volunteered already. But if you want to be one of those guys, call us here, 800-951-0592. Let's face it, Phoenix is a huge place. So having 3 or 4 of you out there will go around. Obviously, having meetings with 50, 70, 80, 100 people, that's a lot of work. It'll be a lot easier when you've got meetings, you got 15, 20 people there. There it is. I know. Where does the time go? It's over. Go home. Wait, don't go home yet. Jason and I are coming right back with the half-empty cup. And what do we got? Steve Mitchell. Yeah. He loves to stir the pot. We'll be right back. Stay with us.